Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and update the top 10 LR list. We've had some crazy characters introduced. Very impressed with them. Just quickly, the fact that they can perform in Festival Battle as well, right? Like, the thing about Festival, I mean, it's relevant to talk about this. I know people get upset, but the festival is a very, very difficult event that exists. Dokkan themselves marketed it as the hardest fight in the game's history, although I do think the new Goku Black and Zamasu fight feels harder to me. But even though it's, super long, 60, 70, 80 turns, you want characters who could stack in there. Very good characters, or, I mean, even not very good characters, because TEQ Blue Kaioken can make it through there too. I wouldn't really call him a very good character, but he does have like basic good mechanics you need to get through something like that, like the dodge and the guard and stuff like that, right? The new LRs are easily good enough to contribute and make it through festival battles even without stacking defense, which is more so just a testament to their level of strength for sure, right? So all right, let's go ahead and just go ahead and start adding in characters. I'm going to do, so we did kind of have a meta reset is exactly what happened here. This is per usual. Typically this time slot is Tien and like things do get shaken up right here. This is exactly what happens, right? So remember, next year, we're going to see the 11th anniversary LRs come out, and they're probably going to run the game until Global Dokkan Celebration, and then things can start to change. So let's start with number 10. I have Beast Gohan right here. Beast Gohan can still be very effective in a variety of the content, red zone content. In the new fight, he can be good. Beast Gohan, I mean, it's like bosses are starting to hit so hard in a lot of these different places that, like, while his intro's up, he's crazy. While you've got, it's this right here, this extra damage reduction up, he's crazy. His active skill can be so huge in some of these fights. Beast is not really a great option for Festival. He can work very well in the red zone fights, especially under the umbrella of the 10th anniversary LRs. But Beast's role is now significantly less because previous, like, he was perfect with the 10th anniversary LRs because Beast was at his best when the 10th anniversary LRs were kind of like at their worst, right? Like, they weren't able to go slot 1 at the start of the fight, and then turn 4, they're a little bit iffy right before they get a little bit of defensive stacking in. And Beast kind of could hold up. Then when the fusion's are ready to come out, they'll end the fight, and Beast's weakness is not really as big of a deal as it might seem like. Now, though, like Blue Goku certainly would fulfill that role much better than Beast. I think Beast still deserves to be here. But we're now starting to see the cracks. I mean, this is still very impressive for Beast Gohan to be top 10. I mean, this is now 18 months after his release, February 2024. Pretty crazy. Kale and Caulifla, I think that this is a character I like much better than most people. I find the Caulifla to be a pretty effective character. I mean, things change quickly, and very fast. Dodge is back, right? Like, dodge is now like a major tool, whereas I don't think dodge was nearly as good, throughout the start of this year. Now it's looking pretty good again. Really, I would say the one thing that hurts Kale and Caulifla quite a bit, especially when talking about the new LRs, is that Kale and Caulifla, just like the new LRs, this character has powerful active skills once we're able to do the exchange. But for them, it's turn 6, right? All the other ones are turn 4. Now, it was nice to see a different condition than just turn 4 start a turn. But there's a reason we love turn 4, turn 4 start a battle. There's a reason we love that so much. It's because it's easy, right? Like, this can hold them back a little bit in the new fight, right? Like, it's like I finished the run on turn 5. I finished the run on turn 6 where we had just barely gotten their ability out. Remember, they can be very good. Once you get the full orbs, right, which happens on turn 6, you either get the guaranteed dodge or you could do the 7 attack turn with Kale, right? You do have some good options. This character's good. can be effective in the new fight. You could get them through festival battles. They could be good in red zones. Just an effective character, really. All right, next is Tien. This seems crazy. 8? Like, wow, yeah, that's damn. Tien is so good. Easily one of the best yellow coin LRs ever. I mean, remember, and especially if I say that, I feel like let's not really consider the first yellow coin LRs, because it was just a completely different time. In Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, LRS, TR Broly, Majin Vegeta, because remember, those characters were unfeatured characters, put on a double rate banner, again, unfeatured. So it was just very difficult to get them. Now we're in an era of, just they're right there on the banner. But Tien is, I mean, kind of it. Bulma was a little bit better, but Tien is in like that Bulma class of just as elite as a yellow coin LR could be. Tien has very few weaknesses. Ki Blast supers are everywhere right now. The 2 hardest fights in the game have Ki Blast supers everywhere. Festival ends. The last 2 phases are Ki Blast supers. And in the Goku Black and Zamasu fight, they're both doing Ki Blast supers. So a Ki Blast nullification is massive right now. Absolutely massive. I like the Ki Blast nullification that Tien has. Very good. So he's got that. In terms of Tien, like, taking a lot of damage or looking like a bitch, it's very, very difficult to see that. Locking is usually, I mean, I know locking is very prevalent right now, but what would make Tien weak, really, would be if he would, like, double up. Or, I mean, I guess, would it be triple up? Because it's like, Tien can really get smacked when he doesn't have this up, and when he doesn't have this, like a couple of these, like, multiple turn buffs like that, like, that's where he can kind of start to get smacked by AoEs and stuff like that. But it's pretty uncommon. This Tien is just a strong all-around character. I feel like I never talk about it, but the boy's got multiple turn support. I mean, he's just a great character. Powerful active skill, just a W across the board. Not much to say. I just think that the characters in front of him are just a little bit better, but Tien is great. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I do not need to spend a lot of time talking about this guy. They gave him a perfect design suited for every type of content. In Festival, he's great with his stacking. In the Goku Black and Zamasu fight, he is amazing because, you could take a ton of damage right away, which is going to happen with the locking and the AoEs and the bullshit in there. And then turn 2, you just immediately transform into Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and it serves as a team protector mechanic. Again, just a tremendous character. Is exactly what I think that the Super Saiyan 4 Goku is, who, again, is suited for pretty much all types of content. I think he's really, really good. And, I mean, he's just going to continue to be a big force. They did a great job with this guy. Like, great. All right, next is the LR Gods. Let me actually just grab the next couple. The Gods, AJL Gogeta, and then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta are kind of the next ones. So most of these next characters coming up, I mean, these are characters that we've seen all over the place, right? Through the last 6 months. The Gods are very, very good. They're good in all the content. They have limited weaknesses, but, right, the Gods are, like, I mean, to call them dodge or die, like, I've been saying this for a while, dodge or die is something we should really save for characters who are gonna die to normals. That's dodge or die. Like, if you need to dodge the super, like, yeah, dude, like, it's not a big deal. But I've just found there's a huge difference between these two characters, right? And, I mean, this did not exist 3 years ago, by the way. This was not a thing. But this guy, he's not reliant on dodge. He's got a nullification. So, like, over the last 6 months, dodge hasn't been as good. This wasn't really a huge problem for the Gods, by the way. But I'm just, the difference between them, right? The Gods are just a dodging character. But Gogeta has a nullification against supers. And then Gogeta is built like crazy with damage reduction. I think there's a chance the Gods will outage this guy. But they gave him a lot, man, with the Scouter and how much damage reduction and the nullification, like, it's crazy. But he's just on a different, like, he's way stronger than the gods. Like, it's not close, man. I don't, like, anyone who's trying to entertain, like, if I see talk of, like, oh, the gods are, like, you know, better than Gogeta or anything like that, that's just inexperience talking. Like, it's Gogeta's head and shoulders better than them. But, I mean, we're nitpicking amongst the best characters in the game. Understand that. Like, this character is pretty much, like, as good as we could hope, right? Like, they are absolutely ridiculous. I don't really have much of an issue with how they designed either. It's just that this feels so broken. His nullification. And remember, 3 years ago, it was just a dodge. They updated it and made it a nullification later. This guy, I mean, Red Zone Broly would not have been the hardest. Well, he still would have been the hardest fight in history, but he would have been a little bit easier if this was a nullification back then and not a dodge, because then we really could have relied on this guy a lot more, you know, potentially to deal with some of those Broly supers, right? Especially in, like, slot 1 and stuff like that. AJL Gogeta is really good. This character can certainly have some fraud out moments. In base, if you get, like, only a double super in slot 2 or 3, Goku Black could wham him. That happens in Battle Hardened Formidable Foes as well. The AGL Goku can be a little bit iffy at times, although this guy is so good for Festival, right? This Goku, it's so easy to just sit in this Goku throughout most of Festival. But Gogeta, dude, I feel like there's a lot of people would actually want, like, Gogeta lower down, but, like, what this character is able to do, he's just so crazy, man. I can't. Like, I don't really see anything, like, around, like, changing these guys. Like, I still feel content with this. Yeah, Vegeta could get locked in slot 1 and kind of, like, executed, as could TEQ Vegito right here. But I don't know. I haven't seen enough that makes me want to kind of, like, break up this order that I've been rocking with right here. I guess really from, like, Tien to TEQ Vegito, this feels very similar to me still. Okay, so let's talk about the Goku Black and Zamasu fight. If you get to TEQ Vegito, it is not an auto win against that Goku Black. It's not. But Gogeta, Gogeta can actually still tank that guy, even with limited, like, defensive stacks. Right? Like, it's like there's, I mean, a lot of these guys, there's, like, risks and there's rewards. There's, you know, like, it's like, you're not going to see it very often, but the gods and Super Saiyan 4s, their weakness would be their base form, a second turn. So, like, if you had them turn 1, you keep them on rotation, then on turn 3, they could be clapped up. That's kind of like the weakness for the gods and the Super Saiyan 4s. Remember that these guys are all the dominators of Festival battles. That's not really in question. They all dominate red zone fights, right? Not really in question there. I don't, like, again, so TEQ Vegito, seems like people are ready for this character to be gone, right? Like, it's like the way they were talking, like, oh, yep, he's fallen off, it's over. They did design the Goku Black and Zamasu fight to directly counter this guy, but I don't feel like they really succeeded. All they did was power creep the rest of the game, really. If this guy's locked in slot 1, he's fish food, for sure. But usually, this guy is eating the AoE from Goku Black, and it's not more than, like, 100k or something like that. It's easily doable, right? And, I mean, in slot 2 or 3, if he attacks first, Goku Black can't kill him, right? Goku Black, you know, Mr., you know, whatever the fuck it is, like 10 million damage super, because remember, it's class advantage, type disadvantage, all of it. And Goku, if he supers first in slot 2 or 3, he could still just tank Goku Black's super. So, I don't, like, I just haven't seen enough to really drop this guy down. Once we get a little bit further, we'll talk a little bit more. And then at 1 and 2, I have Goku Black and Zamasu and Blue Goku. Now, who you have at 1, I just want to be very clear here. I think both have good arguments. The structure of the characters is very similar. I don't really feel, like, I've used these guys all over the game now, right? In this tough fights and stuff like that. The only reason I personally am putting Blue Goku and Vegeta at 1 over this character is very simple. And it's this right here. So, they both have this same ability, but read it. right? Per Super Class Ally or Future Saga Ally on the team. Per Extreme Class Ally or Future Saga Ally on the team. And then we look at this. And it's all Super Class, except for Tien and Goku Black. That really is just the difference, right? Like, it's much easier to just throw this character on, like, any Super Class team and you're cooking. Goku Black is actually so fucking powerful that I've found that he's still crazy, like, even without a lot of this, and, like without that, like, he still gets shit done. And, I mean, their active skills are just, like, so insane. Fusion Zamasu and the Holy Light Grenade, and then Vegito Blue and the Father-Son Gallic Gun. I mean, these active skills, chat, are just so ludicrous, right? Like, you get to turn 4 against that Goku Black and Zamasu fight, and that's where you really have got a great shot, is once you're able to get these guys' actives off. I have no problem with someone putting Goku Black and Zamasu at 1. For a while, they felt like 1 to me, but as I did more and more and more runs in the super difficult fight, right? The Goku Black and Zamasu fight. It's just the one difference between them I noticed was this right here. That really is it. That's my only difference here. These guys do feel like a new level of power creep. Now, in terms of this, I went with it like this, with TEQ Vegito still right there next to him. I'm comfortable with this. I feel like people will have an issue with this, right? Like, what I'll do is I'm actually going to upload this video right away, and I'm going to post it on Twitter. My expectation, the 2 complaints I might see would be probably maybe like people would want TEQ Vegito to be down right here, and people might want EGL Vegeta potentially drop, like EGL Gogeta dropped a little bit. But right now, I'm comfortable with these units right here. Again, you guys, I make sure to take my time with these because I want to hopefully make them good. Right? So I do feel good about this. Tien is great. Dude, Tien at 8 feels so wrong, but like he's in the right spot. He's just that great. It's just the top of the game is very good, right? Like, these characters are all just very good. Yeah, Tien is great, man. Kale and Caulifla ahead of Beast. Yeah, I still like that. So, all right, guys, this is what we're going to go with. Top 10 LRs right now for the Global Dokkan Celebration. I think the new characters end up being crazy. I think the difference in content, remember that a difference between, like, you know, seeing these characters' details, right? And then now them being released, a huge difference, is the fact that now we have kind of like the meta switch up new fight, right? That kind of like changes things quite a bit to how I view characters, right? Because it's kind of like the events dictate what the characters are going to look like, right? And I've explained many times, but I am trying to take like an accounting of all content in here. I think a big mistake a lot of people make is they will emphasize on one particular type of content, maybe to downplay other types of content they personally don't like, right? This was a huge thing I remember during the Red Zone Fusion Zamasu era, right? Where people became so obsessed and like, just like that fight, like tore, like, dude, some people, the way they acted over that fight was crazy. It's like that Omega Shenron fight was also like a real fight that existed, right? Like, I remember thinking, like, I do kind of like Android 21, even though she's not an elite option against the Fusion Zamasu fight. So this would have been, you know, December of 2023. I still like her in some of the other content, right? So, I mean, keep that in mind. You know, it is like more than just Festival Matters, more than just the, you know, Special Battle Matters. But then Red Zone, like, so it's like Special Battle, Festival Battle, Red Zone, Battle Hard and Formidable Foes. We all get that mixed in, right? So I like this as the 10 right here. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.